for Monday. Busy as heck. Independence Day is coming up like in an hour. But what I wanted to talk about, and that's why I put it in the title, is Do the Right Thing. And no, we're not reviewing the 1989 movie by my boy Spike Lee. We're not doing that. The first question that comes to mind is why people don't do the right thing. Okay? I mean, we can look at it at all levels. Let me give you an example. You're sitting in CVS or Rite Aid or one of those places, and you're looking at your phone or getting your coupons and stuff, and you're like right behind the person in front of you. And out the corner of your eye, you see something drop, and they rush out the door. It's a wad of money. What are you going to do? What's the right thing? You saw it drop out the corner of your eye. You knew that it wasn't yours. You knew that the person in front of you probably dropped it. What are you going to do? Most people would wait for them to exit the door, pick up the money, put it in their pocket, and keep it moving. That's not the right thing, okay? I understand if you're walking down the aisle, you're the only one in the aisle, you see a stack of money, hey, everybody's going to say it's theirs because they're not going to do the right thing. But when you know for a fact that something is wrong, you have to just try to do the right thing. Yeah, not everybody's watching. Yeah, you can get away with some stuff, but you really can't. Because we have the universal gatekeeper in place called karma. And karma works on many different levels because since we're all connected, you have to remember something. What about the person behind you? Okay, they might have seen the same thing, and at the very least, they're going to see you pick up that money. Okay, so what are their feelings about you? They might wait for you to put it in your pocket and go run and get the person and a police officer and say, hey, this person stole that person's money. See, this is the way that karma works. You might find yourself in the same situation. It might be money that is sorely needed for bills or whatever, or maybe they're about to cut off your phone or cut off your electricity, and in your rush you drop your money. How would you feel if someone did that to you? I mean, do you have anything that you want to add to this?
Oh yeah, well about the money or
Wow.
I
Wow.
was about to say, no, I mean, it's like the easiest thing, but also not the easiest thing.
It's not.
It's not, and depending on the situation. But like we always talk about mindset, depending on your mindset, or once your mindset is, I won't even say correct, I'll just say better for your situation.
Better. That's a better word. Yes.
For your situation, then it becomes easier to do the right thing without even thinking about what may come of it.
Right.
Because you yourself know that you made the right choice. You made the sound choice.
Right.
You made the choice that was not only best for you, but best for
the universe at large. The universe at large. You see, one of the things, as much as I seem to be antisocial, one of the things that I watched on the Gaia channel actually discussed that we are a community of people. Yes, I understand the bare basics that we are all energy, therefore, since we are an energy source, we're all connected to the same energy. Yes, we are all linked together to a certain extent. But this is what happens when you don't do the right thing. Let's say it doesn't happen next week, next month, maybe not even next year. It happens a little bit down the line. And you find yourself in a situation where you're saying to yourself, and we've all had these situations, why did this happen to me? I can tell you why it happened to you. Just go down the line. And you're going to find where you didn't do the right thing. Now, a lot of people are probably watching this and saying, because there's a lot of people that feel that I don't do the right thing, okay? Because their viewpoint of doing the right thing is based on what's beneficial to them. Don't get that confused. Never get that confused. Just because people say, hey, listen, this person isn't doing the right thing, you've got to ask them why. Because sometimes it means, hey, they're not letting me do what I want to do. They're not allowing me to take over the ship. They're not letting me be the person that I am, no matter how abrasive it is to them. This is called setting boundaries. This is different. This is different. What I'm talking about, as we go through our day-to-day lives, we find ourselves again in situations that cause a ripple throughout the universe, a ripple throughout the community of our fellow human beings. And if we do something wrong, it will spiral out of control until it gets back to you. There is somebody right now that the situation that I just described that is probably crying their eyes out. That was to pay my rent. That was to pay my mortgage. That was to pay my car note. Who would do something like that? Well, the person that would do something like that is the person with no moral compass. Again, if you're walking through the street and there's a bag of money and there's nobody around, hey, guess what? That's your money. I'm not going to tell you to go out there and find people. It's no foul. Now, if you turn on the news the next day and you find out it was for somebody's heart transplant, please give them the money back. You know, or if it's somebody's medical bill or something like that. But it's found that might be the universe's gift to you for constantly doing the right thing. We have to motivate ourselves every day in every situation to do the right thing. As Latif said, it's not easy sometimes. Sometimes it's like, hey, this is beneficial to me, so therefore I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm not going to keep it real, you know. And yeah, I wouldn't like it to happen to me, but hey, it's not happening to me now. That's the selfish outlook. That's the selfish outlook. We never know what people are going through in their lives when we decide to do the wrong thing. Just like that 1989 movie. We saw so many, if you pay attention to that movie, the reason why I love it so much is you saw so many instances of people doing the wrong thing. Almost every character in that movie did something that wasn't right. And what happened was karma brought everything to a crashing blow. It affected everyone in that community. Okay, and yeah, Radio Raheem lost his life. I understand that part. But that was just to culminate the concept of if you don't make the right choices, if you don't make the choices that are actually serving to your fellow human being, serving to the person in your community. Again, I find myself to be on the cusp of being antisocial because I always ask myself, WTF is wrong with people? You know, yes, I'm growing out of that. That's about mindset. I'm trying, sometimes I got to force myself. I have to be more friendly. I have to speak to people. I have to converse with people because there is a wealth of knowledge. There's a wealth of treasure in doing the right thing because people begin to trust the person that you are. People begin to understand the person that you are. And then you can have conversations and you can interact. The person that speaks to no one gets no new information. They get no way to bounce off, hey, is this right, what I've been researching? You have to do that. Can you just do me a favor and share this to our pages?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind, I'm sorry. And I'm going to let you jump right back in. Is it beneficial to do the right thing? I'm going to vote yes. I'm always going to vote yes that it is beneficial to do the right thing. We spoke of karma. We spoke of we're a community and we're all connected. However, when you are viewed by your co-workers, your friends, your associates, people that you interact with every day, and they see you doing things that are not the right thing, that does not speak to the integrity of the person that you are, that does not speak to, and share it to redmediaradio.com as well, that does not speak, you know, to, hey, listen, I have standards. We go through this life sometimes expecting that, hey, I can do what I want to do with no sense of, I guess the best word I can pick is of humanity to my fellow human being, or empathy or compassion. You know, we've got to get out of this rat race mode of thinking. It's very important that we do that because, see, when you're in the rat race, just by default, race means that you want to get to the end of the race, you know, by yourself. And you're not really, and we call it a rat race because if we ever see rats, you know, if they're in a situation where they're scared, they'll jump over each other, they'll bite each other, they'll do whatever's necessary to get out of the way.
Right.
Why do we need, as sentient beings, why do we need to act that way? what is the benefit? What is the return on investment to acting as if you are constantly in a rat race? We have conversations with people every day. And sometimes people talk to us because they want an heir. They want someone who is going to show some compassion to their situation. I'm going to be transparent and honest. I really don't want to take on anybody's luggage. However, I will always show kindness. Okay? It makes no sense to strike a person down that is already on their knees.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. You know, even in wartime, nobody actually finds a wounded. Usually they'll just walk past a wounded soldier.
Right.
You know, in extreme cases, sometimes they will try to help. You know, but it's about being compassionate to the next person that shares that same integral energy with you. What was that show we was watching last night before going to sleep? Limitless.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
he spoke to the effect that we have like all of this bacteria and one-celled organisms in our body. In fact, our body is made 50% of this, and we constantly share it. We constantly share it. I don't care if you wear a mask or whatever, you constantly share it. He speaks to how we give parts of ourselves, our energy, when we lay down and have intimate connections with other people. What energy are you passing on? What energy are you passing inside of yourself? Hopefully it's good energy. I think this is the reason that some people go through such a hard time when it comes to breakups. You know, because they start to feel that negativity that was shared with their being. I don't know. I mean, do you have anything else? I want to try to get this to pump people up, but at the same time, I have to discuss the facts. No, I appreciate that.
No, I was just gonna say, if you want to sleep well at night, do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
We all. I can't say we all. I can only say for myself. No, we don't know what anybody else's life is like.
Right.
But if you have ever been in a situation where it's altercation.
Mm-hmm.
I only can speak from my own experience. Altercation, and say you're honestly right. In my situation, I honestly was right. Minding my business.
Mm-hmm.
Person, the situation I'm talking about, just kept on. Tried to rally up people to believe them.
Right.
And I found it so much easier to just do the right thing.
Yep.
Which was, no longer argue.
Yep.
No longer, try to prove my point throughout threats, not threat back. Threaten them back or anything like that. Just do the right thing. This went on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But when I decided to, put my guard down
and try to piece it up,
and just react the way that in the peaceful way, not in the stupid way, but just in the way of no longer feeding into the bullcrap and just doing the right thing, which would be to ignore the communication, to step out of it. It's just like that quote they say that the rotten fruits will fall from the tree, something to that extent.
Right.
When you just you're constantly doing the right thing. You're not trying to figure out everybody's motive. Catching on.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah, speaking up to every dart
ball,
that's thrown your way.
Yeah,
every time someone comes back and says, well, they said this about you, and then you start well, they say, well, oh, really? So I could tell this and that. Not it's spilling secrets, none of that stuff. Just doing the right thing and continuing to have a moral compass, basically.
Yes.
To sleep good.
And this is, again, I sleep good with all of my choices because I always proceed forward with positive energy. But I have to ask, WTF is wrong with people? Why do we feel the need to rally people into our battles? Here's the deal. In most situations, we're not talking about the Navy, the Marines, the Army, the Air Force. They have a reason. They're in the middle of a battle. They need to rally forces. Because you dislike someone or someone makes you feel a certain way, why do we constantly feel the need, the need to actually, go through our lives trying to recruit other people into this battle that actually lies within yourself? It's your personal battle. But people will go And they will try to sully a person's character. They will try to make a person, hey, listen, they're not all that positive. They're not this, they're not that. I know for a fact, usually a lie. Okay? Anything to comfort the recruit. And this is what the armed forces says. Hey, come see the world. Get an education, get a job, learn how to lead, do all of this. But in the reality is, hey, we just need you here in case we get a hot zone someplace in the world, so we can give you a rifle so you can go out there and shoot people and try not to get shot. Everything comes with a cost. So we have people that refuse to do the right thing, and since they refuse to do the right thing, they go out of their way to recruit people to not do the right thing. When people come to me with drama and situations, and you get that sense, again, it's either a warm fuzzy or it's that sour feeling in your stomach. When people come to me with rumors and gossip and stuff like that, you can always see they look you in the face after they finish the sentence just to see your reaction. Yeah, did you hear what I just said? Yeah, but that has nothing to do with me. That's that person's issue. That's that person's problem. This is what I mean by mindset. It's easier to do the right thing if you're not prone to find yourself constantly in the midst of drama, or enjoying being in the midst of drama, or enjoying looking at somebody else's pain, or being part of the pack, being part of the in crowd. Because sometimes the only thing that holds the in crowd together is their hate of another person.
Yep.
If we want to go towards movies, we look at a movie like Carrie. Again, this highlights everything. She's going through problems on her own in her life. She is just trying to adapt to high school. She is trying to just get rid of some of the pain. What do we have happen? A group of kids just decide, let's make her life hell. Is that doing the right thing? Again, we look at the ending of that movie. Is that not karma? Hopefully that never happens. But is that not exactly how karma works? Basically, the whole town ended up dead. All their kids at least. And when we look, again, there was somebody probably that said, it's not my fault. But what part did you take in the situation where you can honestly say it's not your fault?
Right.
When you join forces to try to bring somebody else down, no matter the outcome or the amount of energy you put into it, or the amount of forethought you put into being part of this team, you have actually cinched your karma. So what's going to come back to that person is more than likely going to come back to you, because you played a part in it. How do you avoid this? I mean, do you have ways to avoid having... I'm scared of karma.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared of that chick. I love her, but I'm scared of her. Because she has the power, she has the ability to bring me to my knees.
Yeah. That alone.
Bring me to my knees. Have you ever had a problem where you just don't know what the hell you're going to do? And you're sitting there, you're crying, and oh my freaking God, I might as well just go jump off this goddamn building. Don't do that. But, you feel this way.
Right.
You feel this way. That is your lesson.
Right. I would say that alone is what, well, that's not the only thing, because I have a heart. But, the times where I do feel like, revenge must be taken, whatever, I do remember karma. And I say, you know what, if I do any type of revenge, who's to say that karma wasn't going to handle it? And then now I am. Now it's like, now I have to get you because you... Right. And it becomes a vicious cycle of pain. And if you're a parent, it should be very easy to do the right thing, because it's the old saying that I remember old people saying that the sins that we do comes back on our children.
Yes.
So...
And who is watching your every move.
Yep. So if you're a parent, it should be really easy to do the right thing.
Right.
It should just be super easy. If you love your children, it should be easy to do the right thing.
And if you're not doing the right thing, I'm going to tell you, this is Motivational Monday. Find ways to do the right thing. We know when we're about to do something wrong. We are, nobody needs to tell us, yo, that's really messed up what you're about to do. Nobody needs to tell you, what the hell? Oh, that's your phone. nobody needs to tell us that we're doing something wrong. We
Mm-hmm.
know. We know. Just like when somebody owes you money, they know. You don't
Yep.
have to remind them. They know.
Yep.
So when you're about to do something wrong, you know that you're about to do it. That's when that 2 to 5 second rule comes into play, where you stop and say, hey, listen, am I doing this for the right reasons? Very important. Am I doing this for the right reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Ego demands revenge for every slight that we experience. That is what ego demands. They must pay. I live my life that way.
Mm-hmm.
I lived my life that way until karma started coming back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why am I going through all of this ish? And it seemed like every day it was just another thing. I'd wake up in the morning and be like, where the hell did this problem come from?
Yep.
Why? Oh my God, I paid this bill. Why am I getting this notice that it's about to get cut off?
Mm-hmm.
That's karma.
Yep.
That's karma, because karma is for us every time that we go through this life
Mm-hmm.
as sentient beings. And I do believe in the fact that we go through this life over and over and over again until we get it right. And doing the right thing is very, very important. We've all heard the stories of babies that are born with markings on their body that resemble tattoos of different
Mm-hmm.
people, and they start saying stuff that nobody's like, where the hell they get this from?
Mm-hmm.
They talk about World War II. It's 2022. What the hell you talking
Mm-hmm.
about World War II and fighter jets and fighter planes and all of this stuff? And then they find that thread
Mm-hmm.
that connects us all. They go and visit people,
Yep.
and then they find out, like, oh my God, this person came back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just was that.
We
We
was just watching something
the,
about that.
the
Yeah,
child, and they went to the house.
yeah, and they
And they
spoke
said,
to the
yeah,
people.
the person. That's how they passed away.
Yeah,
Now we sound real crazy right now, but
no, but you know
I
what?
believe it.
You know what? Here's the deal. There are mysteries. There are things that we will never understand.
Yep.
And we can begin the process of understanding. Again, we look at our solar system just to the bare minimum. What, a million Earths can fit inside of the sun?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine something that large? Jupiter is mostly gas, but yet and still it holds everything in place. It makes sure that everything rotates correctly. It captures meteors and comets that are on a crash collision course with our planet. It's basically the street sweeper of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you understand the reasoning why, you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at it as being coincidence. I look at it as, hey, this is the reason. Again, when we break down the sun and we break down Jupiter and Saturn and Mars and Neptune and all the planets, even the Earth, we find that everything serves a purpose, everything serves a reason, and that's what I mean by doing the right thing.
Yeah.
That serves a purpose, that serves a reason. If you believe that you have a soul and that you go to a better place, honestly, how can you go to a better place if you're always not doing the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
If that is your belief, talk me to death about it. Again, your belief, if it keeps you a positive person, love it and love you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen. Oh, hey, how you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I love you for that. I just happen to believe in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
But if you truly believe in that, why would you ever make a wrong choice?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you ever not do the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
How would you ever move forward in this life?
Right.
You might find yourself, this might have been the second time you're here or the 1,000th time you're here. It doesn't really matter. You're still energy.
Yeah.
And yes, we're all connected, and we're going through this kind of a play where everybody's trying to get their life right, where everybody's trying to get their spirit right,
Mm-hmm.
where everybody's trying to get life right.
Mm-hmm.
Do the right thing.
Yep.
Just do the right damn thing.
Yep.
Yeah, there are times where I want to do the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
There are times that I want to do the wrong thing, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm being transparent.
Mm-hmm.
But I will always take that 2 to 5 second pause, and I'll say to myself, that's not the way I'm built.
Mm-hmm.
There is somebody right now telling falsehoods, lies, and stories about me. I could really care less. Because, as she said earlier, I go to bed at night knowing that I did the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I wake up in the morning, I look in the faces of my children and I say to myself, they witnessed that I did the right thing. And that's all that really matters. Sometimes you have to compartmentalize the whole situation. Okay, you have to admit, oh, there goes the alarm. I love it. I love it. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm going to get this together. I'm going to get this together, and it's not showing me where the alarm is. Oh my God, I've got so much more that I want to say. We are back. Okay, and I apologize, guys. And that's the other alarm on the other phone. You know, there's so much that I want to say as far as us being human beings. You know what? I'm not, because human denotes the fact that we're an animal and we're part of an animal species. We're not. We're sentient beings. We have free will. We have choice.
Yep.
With that being said, what would be the reason for you not to use your choices to do the right thing?
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. Yeah, you may feel a little bit of, I got them back, but that's not you talking. That's not the person that you are. That's ego talking.
Yep.
Yeah, they came at me. I destroyed them. I crushed them, son. Nah, that's not you talking. That's ego talking. Because at the base of you, at that energy core, all the way down to the atomic substructure that is actually the energy that is you, there is something screaming out in pain every time that you do that, because it's like, damn, either we're going to have to do this over again, or here comes that chick Karma. I'm telling you, she's coming, son. She's coming for you. You know, would you agree?
Yeah. And you never know who you are inspiring.
Yes.
You never know who's watching. You really never know, especially, as an adult, if you're out and about. Children can be watching you from blocks away.
Yep.
And this is how you quietly teach or you can make a huge impact on. You can literally change someone's life around in the blink of an eye.
Yes.
Just by you simply doing the right thing.
Yes, definitely. Part of what I try to do, that's why I have all these projects and I try to do all this stuff, and I try to include as many people as possible into these projects, is because I'm starting to understand that sense of community. I'm probably going to go join a community group or club or something like that, because there is so much value in understanding and living out the fact that you are part of something that is larger than yourself. Think about that for a second. Yeah, we're all connected, and it's like Legos. You get a whole big box of Legos and you put them all together, and it becomes actually bigger than the actual box that those Legos came in. And that's how we grow. That is how we thrive. That is how we become better sentient beings. We'll be back Friday with this. However, we've got other videos. We've got lots of other videos on our channel. We're keeping the Monday through Friday. We will always go live to do motivational talks to actually motivate the masses. Again, I've said this a zillion times, and I'll say it one more time. My goal is, by my words and sitting down and doing this, is to make the world a better place. Because if everybody is focused on creating a positive mindset, all of the hate, all the jealousy, all the envy actually goes out the window, because everybody is working on making themselves a better person. And with that being said, we're going to find that it makes the world a better place for our children. Less stress is always good. I've had enough stress. I don't want my kids to experience half the stress that I've experienced. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right, with that being said, gotta get ready for Independence Day. Hey, listen, subscribe to the channel. However, your comments are more important than you subscribing. We need your feedback. If there's something that is of positive mindset and thought that you would like for us to discuss on these live videos, please go ahead, leave it in the comments, and if possible, we'll definitely make it happen. If you're going through a situation, we're not therapists, psychiatrists, or psychologists. However, we are sentient beings just like you are. And we, just like every other human being, may have went through what you're going through,
Yeah.
and we might be able to offer at least our insight on the situation. You know?
Yep.
And with that being said, you already know. I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday.